Hey guys, welcome back to OverLand. My name is Chad, and today we are leaving Lewisville, Kentucky. We are actually heading up this route right here. We are going to be trying a new approach for the next week. We're going to be hitting Harvest Hosts, and it's going to be nothing but breweries. So I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be an interesting little challenge. And then we'll spend a week up in the Finger Lakes region. At least a week in the Finger Lakes region, kind of driving around there. So let's check it out. Come on along.
Welcome to Ohio, the heart of it all.
Well, it looks like we made it. So we are here at the Valley Vineyards here in Warren, Ohio. Today is the mammogram bus is backing in there. They start mammograms here at 10 a.m. So probably doesn't do anything since almost my entire audience is male. So, there you go. Anyways, we're gonna go get checked in and maybe have a beverage. 10 a.m. Come on. So apparently you have to order food with alcohol. So I ordered a pretzel. This thing is a 1 pound pretzel. What do we say to anorexia? Not today. Okay, well, it's time to leave Valley Vineyards, and we seem to be the only ones in the parking lot, so let's go. Next stop, BrewDog Tap House in Columbus, Ohio. So our current stop is BrewDog Brewery. They've got a dog park out here. Nice little nature path. Someplace some of the other places didn't have. Trash cans. That's pretty freaking cool. So far, I like it. They don't open till noon, so it's about 9 a.m. Michelle's getting set up. We'll check back in with you when we see this place open. I'd like to have an epic montage shot of a full pizza, but Michelle just couldn't wait, so. BrewDog.
Hungry. Cheers.
Cheers. Too bad we can't use this audio. I'm gonna talk over it, and they have swinging stuff. So hot. There's our little truck down by the road. There's the brewery and hotel. Really nice place. Looks like we got a hell of a storm kicking in. Right over there. It's like 6 o'clock here at the BrewDog. We're getting a free rinse on our solar panels. It's been kind of rainy off and on. It is still in the 80s, so it is a welcome. It's been 91 all day when it was sunny out, but then the storms rolled in, and there's severe thunderstorms rolling just to the north of us, and the wind has changed, so those severe thunderstorms should be heading our direction. So we're gonna hang out here and enjoy the yard across across the way to BrewDog. We might actually see if we can sneak over there in between raindrops and grab some dinner. We had lunch there. They had a really good pizza. It's really coming down now. I'm going to go ahead and leave you with this epic time lapse of the sunset as we head to our next location is Aeon Brewing in Alliance, Ohio. Made it to Aeon Brewing. Kind of hiding back here in their parking lot. Nice little spot downtown. I want to out this guy. I'm going to cover up his license plate, but he just did the most amazing thing that I've ever seen in my life. He strapped a growler into a kid's car seat. Just had lunch at Aeon Brewing, and it was delicious. The people were amazing. Time to go wander around. Well, it's 4 o'clock and they closed early, so we have this whole parking lot and this field here all to ourselves. We're just kind of nestled back here, kind of like almost downtown in this big wide open lot. Nobody around. It's kind of nice. Oh, and I can't remember the gal's name, but the one of the owner's wife, she gave us a ton of cool brewery ideas in Maine, in Portland, Maine. So we're gonna go check those out. Also, she gave us a couple of places in Acacia National Park. So we'll check those out. So if you're watching this, thank you. Later that evening, our luck ran out as well as our power. Batteries are still at 26.75, but the BMSs are putting out 3 volts. So I wonder if we have to jump these to get them to restart. So it's like the BMS is shut off. Okie dokies. So if we try not to get my head in the way here, if we measure across the whole battery pack, we're 26.74 volts. We've tested each one of these and they're all at 3.341-ish. So they're all equal. So if we throw the BMS on, I'll just finger tight it for right now because it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we get 26.32 across the board with no leads plugged in. And then we're supposed to be able to plug the leads in. We should still get 26.2. 26.31. And then as soon as we put it on load, it just goes off. So this BMS is not producing any current. It is allowing juice to flow through but no current. So we think the BMS is shot, so we're going to try a new BMS. And with no access to a new BMS, I hot wired the batteries for the night with a piece of wire and then disconnected that wire in the morning and ran off a solar as we headed to Youngstown, Ohio, and our next destination, which was Paladin Brewing. We're hiding in the back of Paladin Brewing. It has actually got busy here, so kind of a cool place. Never forget that there's drive-through liquor stores. Ready to leave Paladin Brewing. It's one of our favorite little spots thus far. Kind of have us tucked around the back corner, off in the grass. And yes, that is an Airstream behind us. The guy's got an EcoBoost truck that he left the engine running all night, so that was fun. Still with our limping power system, we jumped the border over to Pennsylvania and headed to Titusville for the Titusville Ironworks. We are hiding in the back of Titusville Ironworks in their back lot, right next to the train tracks. That ought to be awesome when the train comes through. Love me a good train. Anyways, this place is pretty interesting. I met the caretaker. He's a automotive restoration guy as well, so he is going to bring in a car this afternoon at 3 o'clock. They've got a celebration of life for a gentleman who passed away, and he's bringing in his Barracuda that he restored for him. So we'll go take a look at that as long as we're not intruding. Beautiful day. Oh, he's backing up. Sakes! Oh my God, I think I found the shiniest truck ever. Damn, Gina! Dude, even the camera doesn't do it justice. It's just a cool old building. This is the back of the old steelworks. So this Winfield Rod Shop is the one of the managers or owners of the ironworks. It's his shop. He does custom fabrication. This place is also a music venue. They've got a band that is warming up down on the stage, getting ready to play for tonight. This place is just packed with historical relics from the town and eye candy all over the place. The celebration of life was for the father of the owner and the son of the owner. So the owner's father passed away, and then the owner's son passed away due to complications with MS. This Barracuda was rebuilt for his son, who you can see in this picture here. Well, shot it downtown. Well, at least one of the main streets. It's almost like they know I'm here. So after that sign, we decided to go for a little hike at the little park that's about 1.5 miles from where we were parked up. It's called Drakeswell Park. So it has a museum where they discuss how this town was the foundation of the petroleum industry. It's actually pretty unique history. Okay, just a random bridge out in the middle of nowhere, coming across the river. Come on, Sky. It's called the Swinging Bridge. Oh, that's got some bounce to it. Oh, that's a good shot up the river. And down the river. And continue on. Oh, the railroad tracks go right through here. Cool. Oh, this is weird. Oh, double bounce.
Now I feel like I've been drinking.
Yeah. Good. You already had your shot in the camera, Sky.
Felicia fun.
Not really sure what that shack was for. It has like a slot down the whole side and it's collapsing in on itself. Interesting. Let's keep going. All right, well, that's going to end our Harvest Host Adventure week because we have to make a mad dash to the RV park in Finger Lakes to wait for some parts for the truck. And yeah, so we'll see you at the Finger Lakes. Thanks to the Titus Ironworks. This place was freaking amazing. Sean, you're a gentleman and a scholar. We'll definitely see you the next time we roll through town. I could lie to y'all and say we're tucked back in here in the wilderness, but we're camping New York style. There's the truck there. There's our neighbor there. There's our other neighbor there. So yeah, this here is pretty, but it is combat camping, what I would consider combat camping. But apparently is very, very good camping here in New York. So, at least from what I'm told. Anyway, we are in the Cayuta Lake region, just east of Watkins Glen. So we're gonna cook up some brats and have a little dinner here, but we've got some parts coming in for the BMSs are hopefully going to be shipped. Today is Sunday. Hopefully the BMSs are going to show up on Wednesday, and I'm going to drive up to Ithaca, New York to pick those up, and hopefully we'll get this freaking batteries taken care of. But yeah, we're also running off of 30 amp shore power, which is super nice having unlimited power supply. But anyways, yeah, we'll catch you up as soon as we figure out what else is going on. Okay, so we're gonna go with the Dally Smart BMS. This thing we're supposed to be able to put on the down here. 2.416. That's draining. Okay. So there's nothing on the BMS. We should be able to plug in. Ooh, we got light. It's off. Okay, so it is on and waiting. So we're good. 26.74. Cool. 26.73. Nice. Okay. So now let's go ahead and throw this on here, tighten everything down. Cool. My tape from original is still sticky enough to put the, let's go ahead and stick some temperature probes down in between the batteries here. For all of you electrical people, please look away, because this is going to just cause fits for everybody. As I was saying, for those of you that have seizures when it comes to people being around electricity with unshielded tools, because it turns out if you just pay attention and don't ground stuff out, it works pretty good. Not really sure how we killed 2 BMSs in one shot, but at least this one gives me an indicator, whereas these, they don't give you any indicator at all. Okay, well, we got the BMSs in, and we are going to go ahead and see if we have juice. Yep. All right, that's on. Here the multi-plus go into absorption. 1300 watts is going into the batteries. Can't see, can you? From shore power, 1340. Okay. Okay, they are blinking, indicating both of them are taking a charge. I have my favorite athletic tape, strain relief, going to the Wi-Fi Bluetooth module. Unfortunately, I'm filming with my phone and checking the battery status of my phone. So let me check the battery status and I will be right back. Okay, the battery status looked pretty good. So we're just taking a look at it with a thermal imaging camera. And as you can see, we're at a 24.4 degrees Celsius background. And the only thing that's getting warm is, the leads that we expect to be getting warm, and they're only at like 31, 31.2. So we're only a few degrees warmer than ambient temperature on most of these connections. And the BMSs, yeah, they're really not getting hot at all. They're still pretty, 26.3. The shunt and the one line going from the shunt to the bus bar is about as warm as the shunt. It's only a couple of degrees above ambient. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. We're not too worried about the amount of power coming through here. So the positives coming off the fuses are a little bit warmer. You can see there's a little bit of heat on the switch from the multi-plus where it's charging. The 12 volt inverter, DC to DC converter is a little warmer, but man, you touch it, you can tell that based off of my hand, it's actually not even 90 degrees, and we're at 80, almost 80 degree ambient. Well, it turns out the wife's not the hottest thing in the truck. It's my freaking docking station for my laptop. Why is this thing over 100 degrees just sitting idle? This thing is ridiculous. Here's what we do with Dally BMSs. Ta-da. Okay, so the batteries seem to be working, but they're not working the way I would expect them to. And after thinking about it, I kind of understand what's going on. So let me walk you through what's going on. So both batteries are wired up in series. The lengths of the wires and everything are the same. They go to bus bars in the middle so that they've got, kind of equal draw on both batteries. However, they're not, each of these batteries don't seem to have the same resistance. So the top battery is only getting charged to 89% and the bottom battery is getting charged to full. So I think what was happening is as we use the batteries, we got them all the way down. The top battery just finally gave up. It finally just got low enough that the BMS shut off. However, the BMS burnt up. It just never, it never restarted. It never came back. The lower, I think we popped that at some point because since they're both 24 volt, we've got redundancy, but we have no visibility. So we must have popped this one at some point and just let it sit there. And then when we blew this last one, we were boondocking. I think we finally popped the lower battery, either ran it into a low state of charge or just killed the BMS somehow. Because when I hooked up the new BMSs, both batteries said they were 50% across the cells. So Yeah, I think what's going on is we're just not charging and discharging these batteries at the same rate. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to redesign these packs. I'm going to go to a 250 amp BMS, get rid of these two BMSs, and then I'll combine these cell stacks so that we'll have one big 24 volt battery. So I got to figure out how I'm going to do that with the number of balance leads that I'll have available. But anyways, time to do some research, and I'll get back to you when I can. So verdict time. Is Harvest Host worth it? In my opinion, yes, 100%. Is it cheaper than an RV park? 100% not. We spent on average about $100 every place we stopped, which is fine. I mean, they were good. We stopped at the first place we stopped was the Valley Vineyards as Cellars and Dwellers. It was more of a wine and dinner place. The food was okay. I'm not a wine drinker, so I had the one cider that they had on tap, and it was pretty good. The hosts were super nice. They seemed a little stressed, but they were super nice. The next stop that we went to was BrewDog Tap House. That place was freaking great for the dog. It was a little weird getting there early and not really understanding where to park, but once I actually read their email that they sent me, they made it pretty easy to figure out. And then from there we headed up to Aeon Brewing. That place was amazing. The people were phenomenal. That was 4th of July. So I would have filmed the fireworks. We had an awesome fireworks display from their driveway, from the parking lot of their business. There was a full fireworks display to our right and a full fireworks display down the alley straight ahead of the truck. So we had 2 fireworks displays for the price of one. And I didn't film any of it because I was all stressed out about the BMS blowing up and not having power and blah, blah, blah. We're going to be able to lower the bed. And finally ended up just hot wiring the battery straight with a piece of wire, and we lowered everything. We ran power off of it that way. But from there we went up to Paladin Brewing. Coolest atmosphere of any pub that I've been to. The people were super friendly. Like, everybody that came in were super friendly. They were also having a memorial service for a friend of theirs at the same time we were there. But they invited us in, and they were like, "Hey, memorial service is going to be over there. You guys hang out over here." Everybody that came in was super friendly. From there we went up to Titusville Ironworks. That place, I've got to go back. That place there was just way too much to see in one day. We ended up hiking the oil where they basically they struck oil there, and they actually built the entire petroleum industry based out of this town. And one of the other things that we were shown is the Titusville Ironworks itself. They had they were the first ones to do an internal combustion engine based off of some of the top gas that came out of the oil field. So like the propane that comes off the top of your gas, the natural gas and propanes that come out before the oil. They made an internal combustion engine there that ran on that fuel. So super, super rich history in that town. I would love to go back. There was a ton of little like little museums like here and there, and just like little like historical sites everywhere inside that town that we didn't get a chance to see them all. The people there were super nice. Again, they were having a memorial service there for the owner and his grandson. So there was the owner had passed away the year before, and his grandson had passed away this year. So heart went out for them. We kind of tried to stay out of their way, and that's why we got to walk around the town so much and experience the history of Titusville. But yeah, they were super friendly, super nice, just super down to earth people. I mean, I love Middle America. I love them. The people that are in when you get out of the city, you kind of you drive past people and they wave. You see people, you look them, they look you in the eye and they nod their head. Those are the kind of things that I'm we're really looking forward to seeing the rest of this country. So unfortunately, we weren't able to get up to the Rusty Nickel Brewing up near Niagara Falls. We ended up just saying, you know, we're in a situation where it's like we didn't want to run the refrigerator off a battery and having to keep pulling the refrigerator out, jumper in the batteries so that I could run power overnight, and then disconnecting it during the day so that it could run off of solar. And I didn't want to discharge and recharge the battery packs without the BMSs being in place. So we made a mad dash over to Cooley Camp, which is the campground that we stayed at. Super friendly people. Yeah, we met, you know, hung out with the neighbors. That was kind of weird, but you know, from there, we've got another video coming up with some of the adventures that we did around that area. So anyways, thanks for the rant. And yeah, Harvest Host, yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I'm glad I paid for the subscription. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. And today's the booby bus. So mammogram's here today, so could probably use one. Probably won't use that clip.